Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Guys, checking in with the Gators head coach before the game. Here at home with this conference opponent and heated rival coming in, this is an opportunity to make a name for themselves in the conference. The SEC is off to a competitive start, and they have got to prove themselves here today. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. And the Rebels will kick off first, and here we go. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Jones to throw. Stepping to the right. Wilson's got it. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
And I think with Florida, man, it's all about the quarterback position. When it was rolling at its peak, right, it was Jesse Palmer. Anton, that guy was pretty good too. But, like, finding that guy that can make the plays. I think bringing in Buster Faulkner is a big deal. They'll have a great offensive identity. But, Palmer, Florida's good when they got the trigger man.
Well, the good news is they didn't have to leave the U.S. border to find the next guy like they did way back in the day. But you're right. I think Buster Faulkner really is the key. I thought one of the big moves for John Sumrall in the offseason was bringing in Faulkner as his offensive coordinator. One of the most difficult coordinators to defend. You ask any D coordinator in the country, and he always seems to get the best out of his quarterback. So they had a guy in DJ Lagway. They had really high hopes. Things didn't work out. He moves on to Baylor. But this is a critical spot. And how quickly this new quarterback can get on the same page as his play caller, that's critical for their success.
Wide receiver going in motion. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Throws to the wideout. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that start, man. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. To the air on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Lacey. At midfield, he's got room. Speeding down the left side. Touchdown, Rebels! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him, and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
And he added the extra point. Their own 25. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Jones wants to throw it. Caught in the backfield, it's ball. Play is stopped as they tend to an injured Ole Miss Rebel. Trainers out having a look at this junior defensive back. Holly Rowe will update us on his condition. The Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Handoff for ball. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. And the boys of old Florida are getting it done on the ground.
And you've seen time periods in history in Florida where they didn't care about the run. Spurrier, just throw it. Yeah, Jesse, throw it again. Yeah, throw it again. Just chuck it around. But I like when they commit to the ground game, have some success to create some balance.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires one high and deep. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And sometimes as a quarterback, man, you're sitting on that sideline and you watch the other guy go out and just deal, right? And put together a drive, score a touchdown, and you want to come out and you want to answer and you want to be aggressive. And sometimes you take shots, sometimes you force things. So I would recommend to him just stay with him.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, the one thing we know about this defense is they've got some exotic looks, and they're not afraid to bring pressure from the second level. That time they brought the free safety, and he was able to get home and sack the quarterback.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And after the pick, everybody going the other way, and he crossed midfield and got it to the 47.
And when it's third and so long, it's very predictable. I'm bringing more DBs on the field. I'm bringing more speed. I know you're going to pass the football. Offenses have to be aggressive. They have to take shots. They did it there. The defense makes the big play.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. You give away 5 like that, it's hard enough to make first downs. First and 15 here. Snap in the shotgun. Catch in the middle, it's Lacey. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
And how about this running back, man? Coming into the game, we knew he would be a focal point of this offense. But through the air, like not on the ground right now, they're finding ways to get him the football out in space to do some damage. And right now, it's all...
Fires deep toward the end zone. And he needed a little bit wider field as that one falls out of bounds.
And for a defense, it's not always about sacks, but sometimes it's about getting that quarterback off his spot where he feels very uncomfortable, and they get him flushed outside of the pocket. And good perimeter defense. He rolls to the right. Everybody's still covering their guys, moving across the field with the QB. Nowhere to go with the football.
It's apparent this quarterback took care of the film study this week. He is locked into this game plan right now. We already saw him throw a touchdown on the first drive. There's another beautiful throw. Vertically down the field to set his offense up. He is playing in tremendous rhythm right now.
Makes the grab on the left. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
I love defenses that can tackle the catch. Right away, you're not giving up any yak. As soon as that player has the ball, he goes down now.
Second down, he'll throw it. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. Gets a turnover. And the quarterback just couldn't bring himself to pull the trigger and get rid of the ball, and they knock it free.
So let's give the secondary tons of credit, right, Reese? They were doing an outstanding job in the back end, in coverage, not allowing any receivers open, and that's why the QB had to keep holding it and keep holding it. That allowed the pass rush to get to him, and that created the turnover.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up the short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. On the snap, it's Brown. Finding some room. And good pick up there. They'll move the sticks for a first down. Let's see if they try to get another snap before the quarter expires. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. First play of the period, first down here. Motion from the back. Here's a give the ball. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a crease. It's Pryor. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Jones to throw. Buys a little time with his feet. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they built a lead.
And the try is no good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. This time, they need to take care of the ball and maybe extend this lead, David.
And I think you got to look at the positive reason. You still got the lead. Now take care of the football. Put a nice drive together, Jesse. You don't have to stress. We're still winning.
I feel like they think that player for player, they're the better unit on the field right now. They just got to make more plays.
Kept it on the ground on first down. Let's see what they do on second. Handoff to the lone back. Makes it past the marker. Could be an alley. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. The Rebels come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Right back to the well. Turning it on. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Rebels. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Jones wants to throw it. He wants to go deep. Working that left side. Finally corralled at number 4. He picks up the first down. The Gators are in the hurry-up. Looking downfield on first down. Here comes the heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Quarterback making adjustments. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Snagged in the middle. It's Singleton. He'll be stopped, but not before he carries it down to the 9-yard line, and that's why you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll keep it on the ground to the left, stiffing the goal line. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Gators!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
He'll bring it out. It's Cunningham. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Lofts one high and deep. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
That's an example of the offensive coordinator trying to be aggressive and trying to take a shot. Now, the offense isn't able to click on that play, but moving ahead in the second half, it's important they continue to dial up these big plays. You want to stay aggressive, and you want to keep testing this second half.
And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
You know, as an offense, you just don't get that many great opportunities in games to hit these type of big-time plays. When plays like that present themselves and receivers are open, as a quarterback, you have got to make that throw.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Bringing it back. And a super return as he takes it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
And for that quarterback, that was a good feeling that turned bad really quickly. He saw cover one. He got excited, taking a shot deep down the field. After he threw it, though, he could see the defender had better positioning than his receiver did, and that ends up being an interception.
Takes a hit as he fires. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And this is why this team is losing this game right now. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times, almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
Runs it all the way down, almost to the 10. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 12.
Just a simple play, get the speedster on the edge, get the edge, block it up really well, and then let the running back do the rest. But I do like the finish from the defense. Listen, you gave up a big play, at least hit him as he goes out of bounds. Take a chunk out of him, make the game physical.
Touchdown, Gator! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. Fielded in the end zone. It's Miller. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. One man in the backfield, and he gets it.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Just feeds the running back. Got enough for the first. Here's a little room there. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safety's physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
No matter where they are on the field, they'll go for those chunk plays, and they got one that has them set up 1st and 10 at the 42. This time he wants to throw. Pulls it in. It's Odom. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you can see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Floating away. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. The Gators are going to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. Now sliding to his left. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming. Clock is stopped. Florida has called a timeout at 2nd. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Now we get a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Now wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Throws to the tight end. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Jones to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Finds his man. It's Brown. Timeout now called by the Gators. That's their last one. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw on 1st down. Trying to get behind the defense. He makes a grab. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big quickly snapped and spiked to stop the clock.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and goal.
Got nothing last time. Now second and goal from the 3. Looking downfield very late in the half. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
And that is the play this defense had to have. Did you look in the secondary right there? I mean, he was open, guys. Like, that would have been a touchdown, and this defense got to the quarterback, hit him as he's throwing the football, forced the errant pass, and dodged a bullet.
Right down the boulevard. That'll bring him to within 4. As the Gators head for the locker room by the watchful eye of that bull Gator head, let's check in with Kevin Connors at the half.
Guys, welcome into the EA Sports College Football Update Show, the Week 4 edition. So let's dive right in. We start with a look at LSU taking on the number 9 team, the Texas A&M Aggies.
Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. As they get ready to start this third quarter, think how big the lead might be if they'd taken care of the ball.
Well, the game might be over, Reese, but if you're on defense right now, you've gotten a couple turnovers early, and you're saying, okay, we're going to need to keep this up. We got to stay aggressive for us to have a chance to win this game, but we believe we can do it.
Yeah, you've already done it, so of course you're going to believe it. Keep playing fast, keep playing physical, and then tell your offense, hey, we need a little help over here. Can you help us out and put some points on the board?
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Running inside. It's Lacey. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got him. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds.
And that's a beautiful job by the receiver, man, knowing exactly where the sticks are. Don't dance, right? Get that first down. You're on your side of the field, man. You get a new set of downs. Keep this drive alive. I love players that have that awareness.
Off the play fake on 1st down. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
And a big defensive tackle getting off the rock. Nice job seeing play action, understand his pass, beats the guard, gets to the quarterback, and gets the QB on the ground.
The Rebels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Fires to the right. Got his man all by himself. Mason turned on the Jets. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 12th of the season.
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David. When the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players. And quarterbacks, they keep track of what's happening during the game. Who's winning? Who's getting separation on the outside? Who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage? This is the guy. That's now his 2nd touchdown catch in the game, and I don't think that's going to be the last time we see him touch the ball.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. So this 2nd half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Bounced right back to them.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover and pick up the 1st. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Quarterback may change this route. Jones wants to throw it. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up. And this is why this team is losing. You got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
Looks it in at the 40. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Rebels offense is back on the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time. They had a much better field position this time around. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. And the Rebels headed quickly to the line.
Man, that is a big negative play for this defense, putting them in reverse, getting the quarterback on the ground, and they better get ready again. Look at this offense. They're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
Makes the catch. It's Lacey. He stopped just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. With that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Fires to the tight end. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. It is loud in here as they try to help him get a stop on 4th down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. And the Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off.
Touchdown, Rebels. Excellent pass by the back on the option. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
And with this long drive, man, they're just showing you what they've been showing you throughout this football game. They can get it done. They can score points. And now, getting later in the football game, getting up by 3 possessions, the pressure is really on.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Quarterback making checks. Jones to throw. Oh, they're after him. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly. Maybe picked up 1 on the play.
I love it. The defense brings extra bodies near the line of scrimmage. They choose to blitz, get to him, try to speed up the processor just a little bit, force the scramble, no damage done. Nice job by this defense making him think really quickly and make a decision.
Handoff for ball. Just ran over it. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. 1 more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they... So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Here's Jaden one more time. That play just got wrecked. 3rd and 1, and they went backwards.
And how are you guys not impressed?
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. On 4th down, going to the air. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on down. This offense has it with really good field position. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Working that left side now. Oh, he's got some space. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
I'll be honest, man. If I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the fourth quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. The Rebels come to the line in the hurry-up. On 2nd and goal, he gets another chance. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the
Touchdown, Rebels! And the stomping has commenced. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Jones wants to throw it. That's caught. It's ball. Snags it and he's open. Quick step and go. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. And the Gators peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. To the air on 1st down. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Pass protection has been a problem all night long, and now it's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Sends it downfield. Snags it inside the 20. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Floats it out in space. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. He might want another play. Touchdown, Florida! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Well, trailing by as much as they are here in the fourth quarter, no big surprise. They're going to go onside kick, and obviously their opponent was ready for it. They hop on the football, and they're going to ice this game, it looks like.
So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. On the option. Picks up the 1st down. There he goes. Touchdown, Rebels. And the route is on. They've built a little cushion and now closer to getting a victory here in week 4.
And this offense runs the option. They didn't need the option. The quarterback does a great job understanding that what the defense is trying to do. He's got space. He takes it. Why pitch it when I don't have to? Makes the big, long, explosive touchdown play for this offense.
On the run from inside his own 5. He'll be so here comes the offense returning to the field. Jones to throw. Fires to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Brown. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. looking to throw on first down. Complete out left to Wilson. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36. The Gators will hustle to the line. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. Oh, the flag brings up a short 1st and 5. Offense can really get aggressive if it chooses. He'll set up to throw. Wilson open on the right side. Has enough for the first down as he steps out of bounds, and we're at the 2-minute timeout. The Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw again. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! Middle of the end zone, he's got it!
Really nice timing on that throw by the quarterback. Took his steps, he pitched, he got rid of it quickly on a line, put it on his guy running straight down the field, and he's able to catch it in the end zone.
Snap it to the back. He's not quite going to get there, and the try for 2 fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be so happy with how this offense has been able to come out here on the road, fight the crowd noise, and execute at such a high level, Dave.
Yeah, just dominate the football game. And now, listen, it's mode where I can run the football, run out the clock, watch this game go to zeros and get the dub.
Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. Breaks into the open. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices.
I'll tell you, you got to be careful if you're the defense right now because you're behind. I know you want to be aggressive. You might want to start blitzing, getting a lot of guys close to the line of scrimmage, but this offense is going to take up.
Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler.
Great job by the defense, forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Throws for the tight end. Touchdown, Rebels! And the punishment has been extended.
Well, it hasn't been easy, but I'm impressed with what this quarterback has been able to do today, going up against a defense that really had his number. David, he got hit over and over again, took a couple sacks. He's turned it over a few times, but you can't talk enough about the composure and the poise and the resiliency of this upperclassman quarterback finding a way to get it done.
A lot of times you get hit, you start seeing ghosts, it speeds you up, and you have the ability to do this, to finish the game. But, dude, the toughness, the resilience, the adversity, this is a guy that's played a lot of football, and because of that, he didn't blink, he didn't flinch, and he just finished this game for his offense.
Jones wants to throw it. Throws it deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Now he's going to break the pocket. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the...
Catch and stride inside the 15. Touchdown, Gators. What Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. The Gators are going to call their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Finds his big tight end. He's into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and they shave a couple more off of this lead. At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Here's the pressure. And down he goes.
And they got to protect their quarterback better up front. They got to give him a little bit more time to make some damage down the field. But look at this. Here they go. No huddle, back on the line, make the defense communicate. Maybe you can catch him sleeping.
He'll try to do it himself. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown, Rebels. And the beatdown has ensued. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. He wants to change this route. Jones to throw. That one comes out hot down the right side. It is plays like that that'll let you pile up some serious passing yards.
Man, what an effort. I mean, the layout to be able to catch the football, keep it off the ground. Nice job by this receiver, and that's why this quarterback's had a day. Guys making plays all over the field.
From the gun, he'll try to throw. Pressure coming. Being chased. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Looking to fire. Going for 6. Touchdown, Gator! The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6.
That's an impressive touchdown there, considering the plays this defense, particularly the secondary, has already made against him. And we knew this quarterback was going to come into this one, David, and be aggressive. There aren't many people who really scare him, and the defense has made him pay. A couple bad decisions, a couple great plays on the back end, one-on-one. But this guy's still taking the shots. He's not backing down, and he's got his offense back on the board.
I think that's the most impressive part. He made some mistakes, and a lot of times you see people that they go in a shell, right? They make mistakes. They can't rebound. They can't find the answers to continue to keep making plays. Make the next play. Make the next play. Now down the stretch to give your team the lead, man. So impressed with the way he's handled adversity and bounced back from some mistakes.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Looking downfield. downfield on first down. Trying to put a little something extra on the board, and he'll take the sack, but they get the victory. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.